I want to talk about how more and more Canadians are finally getting in the game when it comes to analyzing coronavirus statistics, the various facts out there, the studies, and trying to hold politicians and public health officials accountable for what's going on right now. I lament that this was not done sooner, at least in the volume it's being done now, but I think all the new voices out there should be welcomed. So what do I mean by get in the game? Well, let's take a field of human interest like, I don't know, the sports world. Now there's professionals in sports, obviously the players, the coaches, and so forth, and then there's the professional analysts and the media commentators and so forth, but there is a whole community of people all around the world who have this great amateur interest in following sports in a really heavy degree. They know the different statistics, they know the different, averages and scores and goals and all this, and they can talk to you about this and that trade and the values of them and so forth, and these people are very impressive with what they know, and they put their blog posts out there, and there's various different YouTube channels and so forth, all stuff that these individuals are doing on their free time. Why are we not seeing more of that when it comes to coronavirus? In terms of just a great public interest of people who really want to do their own deep dive analysis of what's going on. Well, I think back in the spring, we had the initial shock and awe of, well, what on earth is this thing? We don't know. Okay, cede total control to the experts and so forth. But I think as the months go by, there's a greater appetite for people to go, well, hold on a second. Didn't you tell us how many months ago we are going to see this many thousands of cases a day? That hasn't really come to pass. Weren't these lockdowns supposed to be just, 2 weeks to flatten the curve or something? Or okay, maybe a month or two and then we get out of it. Weren't we told that, okay, the big problem is hospitals being overwhelmed or this number of death rate? And then those things never came to pass. Okay, so why is our life currently like this right now? Say the degree of restrictions that people are currently living under, whatever it is, people are starting to ask a lot more critical questions. People are starting to get in the game more. And I've noticed that there's a whole bunch of folks out there who are writing in-depth blog posts. They're recording in-depth YouTube videos. And I'm not particularly endorsing one over the other. And I guess I could watch one of these videos and agree with this or that point, disagree with that or the other. But I think the bottom line is that the fact there is enhanced public scrutiny on what's going on right now is incredibly important. I think it's rather disappointing and to the discredit of my colleagues in the broader media out there that general public, many of them feel they're not being all that well served by media. So they have to go out and they have to do their own research and analyze the reports themselves with a fine-tooth comb. But that is what a responsible citizenry does, particularly now when decisions are being made on pretty much every aspect of our lives. What you can do, where you can go, how far apart you can stand from people, who you can see, who you can't see, and so forth. Some of these rules you're going to agree with, you're going to think are necessary. Others you may go, I don't know, I got a follow-up question about this one or that one. And my basic message is that, well, ask those questions. Have free inquiry. Follow up on things. Don't be afraid about it. And, well, as more and more people are doing it, I commend them for it, get in the game.